Now let's speak to Morgan Muchnick. He's a Republican strategist, also joining us from Washington, D.C. Good to have you on the program. Are you happy with the results so far?
Yeah, it's for me the most gratifying isn't so much Trump wins or loses, is I have to say that I am delighting in the abject failure of the pollsters. I just can't understand how they can get it so wrong so many times and continue to be sort of taken seriously. I mean, it's really there's almost no. I would wish I could know another profession where you could be so bad at outcomes.
And why is that? Because we saw that, in a very big way in the previous election.
Yes, that's even more to my point. It's almost unfathomable that they would get it wrong again. There's only two possible explanations, right? One is that they're doing this specifically to sort of get the message that Trump doesn't have a chance. That's one option. The other option is they just don't know how to do it. I mean, I don't know what the third option is going to be. If it's not, it can't be a coincidence. It's just to get it this wrong. So that part of this process is fascinating, right? And there's that famous Chinese curse that says, "May you live in interesting times." Okay. And it's an exhausting but interesting time in which we live.
Interesting. Because they were saying that Biden had a comfortable lead, and this has turned out to be different. But do you still see a chance for Biden winning?
Yeah, so I definitely still see a chance. But my point, though, is that if Biden does win, he's going to pull out a miracle win. It's going to be by the absolute skin of his teeth. And that is far short of the sort of whispers of a blue wave blowout where a lot of people predict it.
And Morgan, where could you see that miracle win?
So for me, I think it's Michigan. So I always thought in terms of the Rust Belt, the states in the middle of the country in the United States, the Wisconsins, the Michigans, the Pennsylvanias and the like, I always thought that Wisconsin was going to be the hardest state for President Trump to repeat. I always thought that Michigan would be the key. And if he holds Michigan, then he wins. I think it's extremely unlikely that Biden can flip Pennsylvania. I think that's very likely done. To me, I think it's Michigan. Now, to me, before this, I thought Arizona was going to be an important state. And I was worried from a Republican point of view that Arizona would go the other way. And Arizona's been a Republican state for a while. Biden flipping Arizona was a big success for him. And I've been running the numbers, and if Trump doesn't win Michigan, I don't see how he could do it. I just think Trump really needs to hold on to the Michigan lead, which is about, I think, like a 0.5% or something along those lines. It's really unbelievable that Michigan is even in play. I mean, it was just before Trump, these states were Democrat all the time. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, always Democrat.
So what's gone? What's changed? What's flipped it?
My analysis is that's the white working class labor union type folks, steel workers, auto workers, energy workers, people like that economically were traditionally very much along the Democratic Party lines. And that's changed a lot as the Democratic Party is now more associated with elitism and sort of wealthier college towns, stuff like that. And the lower class and lesser off financially are now getting to be more associated with the Republican Party, when it was the opposite for a long time.
All right, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for your analysis on this important day. Morgan Muchnick, a Republican strategist. Thank you.